Greetings, community, and welcome back to another episode of the Rooted Soul podcast series. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the energy of justice and the power of 11. As I was preparing for this episode, I was having a difficult time deciding on which direction to take about the energy of justice. The energy of number 11, I had to sit with it for a while and let it marinate. And what came up for me for the energy of justice, or what Spirit downloaded for me, the word that kept popping up was right, RIGHT, right? And when we think about right from the concept of Western society, we tend to think of it as what is right or wrong. But I speak about it more from the concept of honoring spirit and my authenticity. What works in order, harmony, and balance for me is right. And that's what I mean when I speak about right. And so when I think about the energy of justice and how we can tap into the energy of justice or align with the energy of justice, I think about it from the concept of right, meaning, am I on the right path or way for me? Am I continuing on the right path or way for me? Am I continuing to pivot, modify, and adjust when needed? When we are able to do this, we tap into the energy of justice and energy of balance. When we talk about the energy of balance, meaning I may have a time in my life where I am experiencing a series of fortunate events where it feels like I am striking gold. Then there may be the opposite where it just seems like I'm dealing with a lot of gravity and weight, and other times where things just seem more neutral or mundane. The energy of justice is the reminder that everything is cyclical. Although I think it is important to validate that this doesn't take away the fact that when we are in the thicket of something, how challenging that can be for us, and managing our emotions. Emotions are real, right? And so we are emotional beings. It is part of our human experience. So in no way am I trying to belittle or discredit that emotions are real. And so, although when we talk about this energy of justice, right, and it being an energy of balance, it doesn't mean that when we are in the side of, when we are on the side of struggle or on the side of pain, that we don't experience the emotions, even if we are in order, balance, and harmony with the energy of justice, knowing that things will return back to balance. It doesn't mean that we still aren't going to go through the emotional experience of whatever it is that we're going through. But at the same time, justice energy is reminding us that everything comes back to balance in due time. This energy is truth and justice of universal law. Even though, this Western society continues to try to act in a way that thinks it is outside of universal law, but it is not. It even tries to deceive us into thinking that they are above universal law, but they are not. Everything returns back to balance. And so having this energy or aligning with this energy or recognizing this energy inside of you allows it to be, it's almost like it is an energy that can be called up for peace within self when life is a struggle. It can be called up as an energy of a soother, for lack of a better word. It or a healing balm right? So like when we are experiencing the rockiness of life, this energy is almost like a Big Mama hug. You know, when Big Mama hugs you and rocks you when you're in her arms, and lets you know everything's gonna be okay, baby. Everything's gonna be okay. That's this energy of justice, this energy of balance. Universal law informs us through nature that everything eventually will come to balance. Now, this does require some work on our end. It requires us to honor our spirit, to listen to what our spirit is asking of us or telling us, more specifically relating, to our body, mind, and spirit and wellness. What does wellness look like for you? What does eating, sleeping, and movement look like in balance and harmony in your body? What does social media usage, who we allow in our space, and boundaries look like for you? When we honor what is right, our inner knowing, then we are living in harmony with the energy of justice, that everything will return back to balance. This energy provides us with the power to endure the wax and wanes of life. Justice energy allows us to move through the reality that for every fortune, there's going to be some misfortunes, but everything will return back to balance. It is the concept of everything will be okay, even when things are not okay. I can be okay. And even when things are okay, I know I will be okay when things are not okay. The justice energy moves us through the cycles of life, evolving, growing, and becoming stronger in each go around, becoming even more balanced with our higher self. When we talk about the energy of justice and the number 11, we can talk about number 11 as double strength. And what I mean by this is it can symbolize like our second time around working towards completion. I have completed 0 to 9 cycle, right? And with that cycle, I have gained wisdom. Now I carry that wisdom and learning with me, which allows me to be even more in tune with energy. Also, the energy of number 11 represents the duality of yin and yang and being in balance with the two. It is the ability to maneuver between the yin and yang. Each comes with its own set of experiences of pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. And when we are able to maneuver between that, it is the ability to pivot and adapt when needed to return back to balance. And so when we talk about this justice energy that allows us to get back to balance, another word that can be used is equilibrium. It equalizes things. I don't know why I just thought about Denzel Washington and the Equalizer, right? And shout out to Queen Latifah and when she did the show The Equalizer. But this justice energy is the equalizer energy that we possess within us. So the correspondence of justice energy is the element air, the planet Venus and Mercury, and the zodiac sign Libra. Venus being a planet of love and beauty, reminding us of the beauty in all things. And then Libra being that energy of balance and temperance. Now, Mercury in reference to, pertaining to the justice energy, being the planet of communication, communicates to us justice through the lens of Venus, right? And so what I mean by that is Mercury is the communicator, the messenger, and the message that it provides to us about justice is through this lens of Venus, of love and beauty, right? That all things will work out because all things return back to balance. I think it is also important to know Libra's balance partner of Aries, and Libra being justice and balance, and Aries, the I am energy. And so when in harmony, this represents I am balanced in who I am. I am balanced in my yin and yang. The characteristics of justice energy is one's ability to pivot, adjust, and modify when needed to restore balance in your life. The characteristic is the characteristic of you're able to live in balance in your lifestyle habits. It is comfortability with your yin and your yang parts of you, and moving through those parts of you. And so I guess one could sum up the characteristic as this feeling, this sense of being able to balance the whole, where you feel whole, where you don't feel fragmented, or disassociated from all the parts of you. That's how I would sum up the characteristic of when this energy is flowing through you and is not blocked. Now, when we talk about the blockage of this energy, when there is blockage, there is struggle with balance, right, in life. So this can look like overconsumption of things, or even overconsuming people in your life, right? Like not having healthy balance in how much time you may spend with someone when we all need balance. And even with the people that are the most closest to us, right? Like we still need to balance that out and carve time out for ourselves. And so that's what I mean by like this overconsumption of things and even people. And the blockage creates this cycle of getting caught in the currents of life. So like this back and forth and inability to find one's footing. This can cause depression and anxiety and irritability. It can also cause disharmony with your biorhythm, causing difficulty sleeping and with digestive problems. So some ways of working would be incorporating things beneficial in aiding digestion, like ginger, the fruit papaya. Adding more probiotics into your diet can be very good for digestion. Reducing heavy fried foods, greasy foods, salty foods, and drinking coconut water. And when you think about the digestive system and where it's located, right? It's located in the midpoint in the solar plexus, which is the midpoint in our body. And so when we talk about this energy of justice, right, and this being an energy of balance and equilibrium, so often when that energy is blocked, it gets stuck in the digestive area, and where we can find ourselves with digestive problems. And so some of the things that I just mentioned can be beneficial in helping to move it through and restore balance in the body. Other ways of working are learning, or if you already know it, honoring your sleeping pattern, listening to your body when it needs water, and pausing to breathe. I can't emphasize enough how important breath work is. Just taking a moment to inhale and exhale. So the alchemy that is taking place is bringing yin and yang into harmony. We tend to lean more, towards one or the other. So let's say if I'm a person that tends to lean a little bit more in my yang energy, and I could be balanced in my yang energy, right? But I'm still not practicing wholeness because of the unbalance of not connecting with my yin energy. So also with that same example, I can lean more into my yang energy, but not even be balanced in it, right? So then my work is coming into healthy balance, not only with the yin that I have, that I tend to not incorporate, right? But I also have to learn how to be in balance with the yang energy that I do tend to lean towards. So the alchemy is bringing balance of yin and yang into harmony, wholeness of yin, wholeness of yang, and bringing that into harmony. And so these ways of working that I just shared are some ways that can help to support that. As always, I want to leave you with an affirmation that aligns with the energy that we discussed, that can be a support for you as you reconnect with the energy, or just continue to remind yourself that this energy is within you. And that affirmation that I want to leave you with is, every action I take aligns me with balance and clarity. Every action I take aligns me with balance and clarity. I want to thank you again for taking time to listen or watch this podcast and this episode. If you find that you are struggling with connecting and communing with the energies that are within you, right, and living in wholeness, and you want support with that, I encourage you to reach out to Rooted Soul. Check out our website, and if anything aligns with you, set up a free consultation. I hope that you find your way to balance, peace, and harmony. I hope that you find that in your day today. Ashe.